So I guess I just want to say that I finally was able to watch Jurassic World Dominion. After long wait, I've been wanting to see this for a very long period of time. Wasn't able to go in theaters, mostly because of the child. Um, and so, finally was able to watch it on the streaming service, Peacock, right? And normally I don't agree with critics and I lean towards the audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, granted, let's take Rotten Tomatoes with a grain of salt here. On this one, gotta lean towards critics. Critics have gave it a 29%. Audience is at a 78%. 29% seems pretty fair. I was extremely disappointed. I wish I could say the opposite. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I wasn't that thrilled with Jurassic World 2. Um, I thought that one was, I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of that. I was like, all right, well, I wasn't the biggest fan of Jurassic Park 2, the Ian show. I thought 3 was better than 2. I think 1 is the best. I think 1 has been the best throughout these 6. That's not changing anytime soon. This Jurassic World 3, Dominion, just extremely disappointed. Did it need to be 2.5 hours long? Not many times do I watch a movie and I'm thinking, I could turn this off. I wouldn't even look on Wikipedia or IMDb to see a synopsis, to see the ending. And that's weird for me because even if I'm watching one of my child's movies and we stop midway through, I'm like, well, how does this end? Because I'm just curious in nature, right? This one, no, I could have stopped it and I wouldn't have cared. I would not have cared if I never knew the ending to this. In fact, I think I already forgot it and it's been a day. It is a very forgettable movie. The only thing I think this movie serves is some sort of fan service, and I don't know if it was needed. Like once you you felt it in the trailer more than you did in the movie. I feel like it was overdone. The fan service. I feel like the old characters. I mean, granted, their story, the stories were similar, right? I mean, it's the same characters, um, but you saw kind of the same scenes that you did in Jurassic Park 1, that you did in Jurassic World 3. Now, granted, there's going to be some continuity, right? That's expected. But I don't really see the point of having these characters as much as we did. Was not a fan of some of the bad the villains in this movie. I feel like they got lost in the whole plot. There were a lot I feel like there were a lot of subplots in this movie that weren't needed, that could have easily been cut out. Um, the action, it was fine. The graphics, fantastic. The plot just lost it for me. I just was not a fan of that at all. I just feel like it went on and on and on. The lucky parts of this, I mean, there were so many parts of this where I just was like, why? Like, why is this? And again, I was continuing to ask myself, why am I still watching this? Could I be watching something else? I'd rather watch reruns of anything else at this point. Jurassic, watch Jurassic Park 1. Gosh, if you have not watched this movie, and I haven't really spoiled anything, I mean, everything that I've said is in the trailers. Stick to the trailers. Pretend it's a good movie. Don't turn it on. I am so happy I did not waste my money on going to see this in theaters. I don't think it would have done much else for me besides seeing some dinosaurs in higher graphics. The first 5 minutes seemed like a documentary. What did Apple do with David Attenbaugh? Attenbaugh, with kind of the Discovery Channel version of dinosaurs. That's what the first 5 minutes of. I'd rather have watched that than whatever happened elsewhere. I feel like this movie was less about dinosaurs than anything else. And I that's the part that kind of gets me a little bit. Um there's a lot of cloning. There's a lot of bugs. And again, why? I don't know. And granted, I did like I like the actors that are in this movie. I think it's Isabella, and then is the clone girl from Jurassic World 2 and 3. I think she does a good job. I think the new actor DeWanda Wise, I think she did a fine job. I don't think it has anything to do with the actors. The lines were incredibly cheesy. There were multiple times when I'm listening to Chris Pratt and I'm thinking, did he just say that line? That sounded like something my child would. She's 5. I mean, I just expect more. If you're gonna do this epic movie, I feel like this is just a disservice. I don't even know why I'm so passionate. I just want to cut this and forget about this damn movie. I'm over it. Please do not make any more, because I feel like it's just going to be a continued disappointment. I feel like Jurassic World 1 was okay. I don't think it was great. I think it was okay. At least it had good moments. And then it just went downhill fast, way too fast for this, way too fast for me. Goodness gracious. Let's forget this ever happened. All right?